What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus G15 Advantage gameplay video for you guys, and today we are going to check out the Cyberpunk 2077 path tracing update. Now, we already did 1080p and did horrible, so let's do 1440p and watch it be omega horrible. So, nothing else to really say other than we're going to do the same settings that we did at 1080p at 1440p, and then we'll do my settings, which will probably be the same settings from 1080p, unless they don't work out at 1440p, but I'm pretty sure I actually used those more at 1440p than 1080p, and then I just dropped the resolution down to 1080p, figuring it would get us a lot of FPS and still look really good. And it did. So hopefully it can still obtain over that 60 FPS with my settings at the end, but you'll have to wait till the end of the video to find out. So let's go get started and hop on into the capture computer, look at some settings, do some benchmarks, and get some gameplay. Well, alright. 1080p did terrible, so let's do 1440p so for the people who have 1440p screens, just to show them how much worse that's gonna go. So there's all those settings. Now let's go look at the rest of the settings here. It's pretty much my settings from before. Only we're going to do it with path tracing on as well. So it's going to run really bad. And we got like single digits before. So it's probably going to give me what, like 1-2 FPS now? Still though, let's go run the benchmark just for fun and go find out. Well, alright, yeah, a whopping 2.9 FPS this time, 1.9 minimum, and a 4.5 max, so we couldn't even hit 5 FPS. That is fantastic. So here's the rest of the system specs and some settings, just a few of them. It doesn't tell you every single setting there is, obviously. They don't have enough room for that. Anyway though, let's go hop into the game and see how ultimately terrible this is. It's gonna be a real fun slideshow this time. Well, alright, here we go, and as I thought, very terrible, just like it was at 1080p. Don't know why I thought this was gonna be good, but anyway. Wow, it takes like a couple of seconds just to land from jumping, jeez. Still fucking hilarious, though. Absolutely unplayable by any stretch of the imagination, but this is a good example of why you don't do ray tracing on this laptop, especially not path tracing. Not unless you're in for a world of pain and anguish and probably vomit. Because I can't stare at this for too much longer. Oh, it's such low FPS, it almost seems like the game's about ready to crash, you know? Anyway, though, I think that's just about enough of this abomination. Let's go move on and turn a little FSR on, even though we know it's not going to help and make it playable. I just want to see what it does. Alright, so now we're going to try this all over again, but with quality FSR here. It's FSR 2.1. Let's just cruise through, look at the settings real fast here. Then we'll jump and do a bench again, and see if we can even get double digits. I doubt it, but it'll be fun to try. Here we go, retracing on, or path tracing on, so now it's benchmark time. Well, no double digits. We got 6.29 average, a whopping 4 min, and maximum of 9.82, so we couldn't even max out at double digits. Anyway, there's the system specs and some of the settings showing you we are on quality FSR here. And the ray tracing is still enabled, so now let's go see how it plays. Which is horrible, but just want to see. Well, now we're going to do some FSR with path tracing. Here's FSR quality, and yeah, this is still absolutely terrible. Just like we saw in the benchmark, we're nowhere near hitting double digits. Well, not nowhere near, but we're not quite doing it yet. We're 8 to 7 here. That's still quite a bit away from getting 10. Alright. Definitely not going to attempt driving right now, that's for sure. I might try that again when we're doing my settings here, when I actually have playable frame rates again. Because with this kind of frame rate, I probably would just drive into the damn water by accident over there. or blow myself up or run someone over and get the cops after me and thus getting me blown up and killed. Anyway though, now let's go try performance FSR just for fun. Well, alright, now let's try some FSR performance here. Still not going to be playable FPS, but I just want to see how close we can get to playable here for the 1440p guys. Though I don't think we're going to, just like we did at 1080p. But then after that, we'll do my settings again. So now that that's out of the way, it is that benchmark time. Well, now we actually got 10 FPS this time. Minimum of 7, and we maxed out at 16. So here's the rest of those system specs and everything else. Showing you our FSR performance here, and we still have ray tracing enabled, of course. So now let's hop into the game again and see how terrible this is. Alright, here we go. Let's walk around just for a teensy tiny bit here. Now that we're getting over 10, I can at least somewhat move. Still not enjoyable by any means, but anything under 10, it's like hard to even like look around. And now why don't we take ourselves a little hit? Hell yeah. Mucho good. Holy shit. When you're only getting like 12 FPS, it seems like that truck's going like Mach 1 compared to you. But, again, this is absolutely terrible. So, why don't we go ahead and move on to my settings now. Alright, now for my settings. Now, I will say right away, every once in a while it does drop just a hair under 60 with these settings. But I really didn't want to turn FSR on because I don't like using FSR. But, still, if you guys do want to always hit over 60 FPS, you can just turn FSR on and you will get it. Just put it on quality and be done with these exact settings. But anyway, let's go do a benchmark real quick and see what it gets. Alright, we got 71 average here. We did drop to a minimum of 27, but I did not see that happening. And I maxed out at 103. Here's our system specs and some of the settings, showing you we have no FSR and no ray tracing of any kind turned on now. So now, let's go see how my settings fare at 1440. Well, alright guys, let's run around with my settings just for a teensy bit here. And then we'll do a little camera after this too. Let's run, just because running seems to get us the least amount of FPS. So still staying just barely over 60 at some points here, but I did notice a couple times where we did drop under 60 by just a little bit. Thought I muted my phone, but apparently not. Hopefully that didn't come up on the mic. This mic's usually pretty good at blocking out sound from the outside. That's why you don't hear my computer or my fans or anything, besides just like my voice usually. And hell, if I were playing a game or anything, it probably wouldn't pick that up either unless I was fucking jamming. But I still use my headset mic and all that when I'm talking to my friends. I don't use this one. I don't really want to waste its life for stuff like that. My Corsair Virtuoso one is more than good enough. And heck, I've been doing, trying to make a playlist of all my videos here, like night by little bit, adding a little bit to it night by night. And I've been noticing how much my quality of mics have improved since the beginning of when I made my YouTube video. Yeah, and I've definitely come on my show and acted a lot more like myself before. I was kind of just like monotone and just kind of scared of even be talking or anything, but just the way it is for a lot of people when they start making YouTube videos. But I definitely opened up, and now I feel a lot more natural just being myself. So it's pretty sweet. The game still looks very good even without ray tracing. It looks a little better with ray tracing, don't get me wrong, but it ain't worth the frame rate drop on an AMD product. GPU, I mean. Still though, it's funny how we can have a game like this run this great on the Asus G15 Advantage, but then we see The Last of Us Part 1 and it struggles to even hit like 40 FPS. No matter like what settings you do, because the game's like coded like garbage unless you have like Supreme Ultra Computer. That's no way to be. Anyway though, let's move on to the little camera now, shall we? Well, alright guys. Let's get ourselves a little camera gameplay here. And there still are times where we drop under 60 FPS a teeny bit, but most of the time we stay above it, so that's all that really matters to me. Oh yeah, let's get in this thing. Fuck yeah! Truck power! Oops. Oopsie poopsie. But as you can see, we drop under 60 a little tiny bit here and there, but still definitely not unplayable. This is way too much fun. I already know I suck at driving the keyboard, so I'm just having fun with it. Oh no. I have gotten into an automobile accident. Whatever will I do? Guess we'll flee the scene and not exchange insurance. I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. Go up here for a second, just chill. Fuck yeah, combat! Alright, seems like we finally lost the popos. Guess I gotta be careful not to run too many people over. Otherwise, I guess they get a little cross. Well, alright, I think that's plenty of camera recorded gameplay. So, why don't we now go and wrap this video up? Hey, don't shoot me. Hey, stop. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, I think that's enough camera recorded gameplay. So why don't we go wrap this video on up now? Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Cyberpunk 2077 path tracing at 1440p, and it was even worse than 1080p, as if we all didn't imagine that was gonna happen. But my settings weren't so bad, and if you wanted to always stay above 60, turn on FSR quality and boom, you'll get it. I just don't like using those if I really don't have to, and that wasn't getting low enough FPS for me to really want to turn it on. That's just me though. A lot of people obviously disagree with me, and that's alright, you can turn it on. I'm not gonna hate on anybody who likes using those to get a little more FPS. Not one bit, but I only do it when I absolutely have to. And I didn't think I had to in this game, but that's just me. Anyway though, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. I certainly hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out guys.